Imagine this. The world thought the royal drama had simmered down. The Sussexes were carving out their Netflix-inspired Hollywood lives, and the Windsors were quietly holding on to tradition. But then, bam! A secret detail from the late Queen's will explode into the spotlight. A sealed clause, hidden away like a treasure chest no one was supposed to open, has now been revealed. And what does it say? Archie and Lilibet, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's children, will never inherit royal titles or privileges. Ever. Not even if King Charles himself wanted to grant them. Talk about a plot twist straight out of a Shakespearean play. This revelation didn't just shake up royal watchers. It stunned Harry and Meghan. Imagine being told your children will forever be excluded from the gilded hierarchy of the family you sacrificed so much for. The irony? Meghan once said she wanted privacy for her kids. But privacy is one thing. Permanent exclusion is quite another. And now, this twist has people asking, did the Queen foresee the chaos and lock this decision in to protect the monarchy's future? Let's break down what this shocking clause really means, and why it has everyone talking about the future of the royal family like it's the latest season of a must-watch Netflix series. The first question buzzing through everyone's mind is, why did Queen Elizabeth put such a clause in her will in the first place? Some insiders suggest she feared Meghan and Harry's departure from royal duties would destabilize the monarchy if their children were later given titles. In other words, the Queen might have been playing chess while everyone else was still moving checkers. She wasn't just thinking about the drama of today. She was safeguarding the crown for tomorrow. Imagine a grandmotherly figure who loves her grandchildren dearly but knows that love alone can't protect a centuries-old institution. Painful? Absolutely. Strategic? Without question. But here's where it gets messy. Harry and Meghan have long claimed they left the UK because of a toxic environment. Meghan famously mentioned in interviews that Archie wasn't offered a title at birth, which she felt was rooted in bias. Now, with this clause revealed, it's not just a matter of royal snubs. It's legally set in stone. Even if Charles wanted to smooth things over, his hands are tied by his own mother's words. The Queen, in essence, gave the final say from beyond the grave. And that's not just history, it's destiny. Think about the impact this will have on Archie and Lilibet as they grow up. Picture Archie scrolling through news feeds as a teenager, seeing endless headlines about how his grandmother locked him out of the family's privileges forever. Or Lilibet walking into school in California, only to have classmates whisper about her almost princess status. It's not just about palaces and tiaras, it's about identity. How do you grow up knowing the world sees you as royal, but the crown doesn't? Now let's flip the perspective. Could this actually be a blessing in disguise? Without titles, Archie and Lilibet might dodge the suffocating pressures that have plagued every royal child in history. They won't have to bow to cameras at age 5, attend state functions before they can spell sovereignty, or feel like their every move is a headline waiting to happen. In a strange way, the Queen's decision could give them the freedom their parents always claimed to want for them. No duty, no protocol, no royal leash. Just the chance to grow up as Harry once dreamed, normal kids. But here's the catch. Will the Sussexes ever see it that way, or will they cling to the narrative of injustice? What's fascinating is how the rest of the family will respond. Prince William, for instance, has been painted as the one holding the fort of tradition. For him, this clause is a golden ticket. One less complication for the future king. But does it also risk widening the canyon between him and Harry? Remember, sibling rivalry is hard enough when it's about borrowing clothes or stealing toys. But when it's about your kids being forever excluded from royal titles, that's a wound not easily healed. And what about King Charles? He's in a near impossible position. On one hand, he has to honor his mother's wishes. On the other, he risks appearing cold toward his own grandchildren. Every time he meets Archie and Lilibet, there's now an unspoken truth in the room. He cannot elevate them, no matter how much he might want to. Imagine the awkwardness of family reunions. Pass the salt. Oh, and by the way, you'll never be a prince. That's the stuff of therapy sessions for generations. Here's the part that makes this story stick in people's minds. The secrecy. This wasn't announced when the Queen passed away. It wasn't whispered in corridors or leaked to tabloids. It was sealed, waiting for just the right moment to drop like a thunderclap. And now that it has, people are asking what else is hidden in the royal vaults. What other secrets might shake the monarchy to its core? For Harry and Meghan, the challenge ahead is not just about processing the news, but deciding how they'll spin it. Will they double down on their narrative of exclusion and bias? Or will they surprise everyone and frame it as liberation for their children? Here's where their PR skills or missteps will matter more than ever. Because one thing's for sure, the world is watching. And not just watching, but judging. So what can we take from this as outsiders, beyond the glittering chaos of crowns and castles? It's a reminder that family legacies are never simple, whether you're royal or not. Sometimes the decisions made by those before us carve paths we didn't choose. Sometimes being denied something opens the door to freedom. And sometimes the biggest bombshells aren't dropped in life, but in the wills we leave behind. What do you think? Was the Queen wise to protect the monarchy's future by sealing Archie and Lilibet's fate? Or did she unjustly punish two children for their parents' choices? Share your thoughts, debate with friends, and let's keep this conversation alive. After all, the royals might live behind palace walls.